Well, guys, we live in the golden age of firearms. It's amazing how many guns are out there, and new guns are being produced every year. And I'll tell you, 2023 was a banner year. So today we're going to take a look at the top 10 handguns for 2023. It was a difficult choice. The list was tough, but we wanted to limit it to 10, so we're going to go with 10. And now I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen in 2024. All right, to get things started, the Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7. This is in the 5.7 by 28 caliber. This can get velocities up to 2,800 feet per second with a very small projectile. It is an NATO approved round for personal defense. One of the big pluses for this is that the recoil is so mild. Now, when Smith & Wesson introduced this, it was a surprise. I'll just be honest. We have a magazine of 22 rounds, which gives you a lot of capacity. We're going to check to make sure the gun is unloaded. And guys, the Armonite finish on here is beautiful. I love Smith & Wesson's black nitride finishes. It is optics ready. It's super thin. And we have slide cuts right here just to relieve some of the weight. Threaded barrel, of course, it has a Picatinny rail, and it has a flat face trigger. The texturing is all the way around the handgun. But one of the things about the 5.7 is that it's so light in recoil that it makes it really pleasurable to shoot. And it has a super low bore axis. We also have your 3-dot sights, front and rear cocking serrations. Have a high ride right here. We have a little bit of relief under the trigger guard. And so it makes this a very thin handgun. Honestly, when I pick it up, it's more like a 1911. Now, the 5.7 incorporates what they call the tempo barrel system. It has a sleeve that goes over the barrel. The barrel's ribbed. It has a slight delay to even increase reliability, but also to reduce recoil. It's a very cool system, very innovative, and if you want to see more information, you can go to the full review that I'll have annotated above. Great for first-time shooters, very mild at the range. It can be pretty loud, but it's definitely one of those handguns that you just love to take to the range. The only downside is that 5.7 by 28 can be expensive. Now, it's come down almost to half of what it was last year. So we're seeing the prices drop. This is a fantastic round, and it does give you really the same ballistics as a 9mm. Obviously, the 9mm is a little bit heavier in bullet weight, but with the velocities, it makes it an effective self-defense caliber. With the threaded barrel, of course, you can put suppressors on here. So this is just one of those guns that really surprised me from Smith & Wesson. And this definitely deserves a place in the top 10 handgun offerings. Next comes the Kimber KDS9C. This is honestly a 1911, this double stacked. And we have our 15-round magazine. Of course, the gun is unloaded. Beautiful fluting on the barrel. One of the things about Kimber is their finishing is just top-notch. And now this is a single action gun, so we can carry it cocked and locked just like we can with our 1911. But it gives you a very nice trigger pull. I mean, excellent. The fit and finish, though, of Kimber has always been beautiful. And then, of course, it is optics ready. We have a fiber optic front with a blacked out rear, commander style hammer, very high beaver tail, no grip safety, which a lot of people like that fact. But it just has a very natural feel to it. And while it is a double stack magazine, so the grip is a little bit thicker, it's very manageable in the hand. And of course, skeletonized trigger. We have a really nice magazine release that drops the mags out. Guys, this really kind of falls in line with the 2011 style, which is a 1911 with a thicker polymer grip. But this is all aluminum, so it's a fairly lightweight handgun. One thing is it doesn't have an accessory rail, but they're getting ready to offer that as well. And so this is one of those handguns that is just a beautiful shooting gun. It is more of the compact size, so this is carryable for concealment. But at the range, it is a pleasure to shoot. One of the things about the 1911, especially with the single action, the trigger pull is just very smooth, very crisp. It allows for great accuracy. The gun is very balanced. It's a very thin handgun, which allows for that pointability that comes with the 1911. And Kimber's known for their 1911s, and this just takes it to another level. And it gives you that 15+1 mag capacity over a standard 8+1. And it fits the same role as a 2011. but yet with that classic aluminum frame. So the Kimber KDS9 just is an excellent handgun. Next we have the Beretta 80X, and this is the Cheetah. This shocked me. Now, I'm a huge fan of the original Cheetah series, which was in 380 ACP, which this one is as well. We have a 13-round magazine capacity plus one, and guys, it's got that open slide design, which makes this a very smooth shooting firearm. It is double single action, which is like your standard Cheetah, but it does have an accessory rail, which is an addition. Also has front cocking serrations. We have a dovetail sight at the front, so we can change these out. It is optics ready, and it's tiny. I mean, this is perfect for those with little shooting experience, those that are very recoil sensitive. Really nice grips with the Vertex style backstrap, so it's got that more of a 1911 grip angle. You have a little bit of a beaver tail right here to just allow for you to get really high up on the handgun. But this is honestly probably one of the most exciting pistols that was introduced in 2023 for me. It's great to see 380 ACP coming back into the market in a double stack frame. We've seen a lot of really small ones, and this just gives especially ladies or those with weaker hand strength to have something that is very effective. And I'll tell you, beautiful. But shooting this at the range, very mild recoil. The 380 ACP is an effective self-defense round, especially using really good quality self-defense ammunition. And the recoil is light. The slide to frame gives you a little more surface to make this a very smooth shooting handgun. And so with the size, very concealable, excellent concealed carry choice. But it's really great to see the most vulnerable being able to have something that has such quality, and with this mag capacity, it just makes a great self-defense, home defense gun. So the Beretta 80X Cheetah, this has definitely been not only a surprise, but again, one of my favorites of 2023. Springfield Armory Echelon, this was also a big surprise. Now this comes in from the XD series, which Springfield Armory is known for. These are made actually in Croatia, and this is a completely new design for Springfield Armory. One of the things about it is that it does have a 17-round magazine, but you can also get a 20-round magazine that comes with it. And then we'll check to make sure the gun's unloaded. The slide on this is really phenomenal. And one of the things about it is that it has this gripping shelf at the back. Really nice, deep cocking serrations here at the front. They're thin. They're not sticking out. They're just really deep inside the slide. And then we have this, what they call the trench, which allows for press checks. And it just gives you an extra advantage. It is optics ready. It does have the U-notch sight at the back and a tritium bead at the front. I love Springfield Armory's sight system. It has the total wraparound grip with the texturing all around. Now this has a chassis system. So you can actually change the whole grip out if you want to for different sizes. And that's one of the things that is very unique about this handgun. The chassis comes right out, that is part of the gun, and then you can get a smaller grip to put on this handgun. And we have a flat face trigger. We have texturing all on all the high points. I love the slide stop. It's minimal, it's just a shelf, and it's effective. This is one of the coolest designs for a polymer striker fire pistol that's come out in a long time. We have our accessory rail here at the front. It just really, to me, is a huge upgrade over the original XD and XDM series. And then when you take this to the range, I mean, it shoots beautifully. One of the big things is that super low bore axis. And then with that wraparound grip with the texturing all around, gives you a very confident grip to the handgun. Of course, the flat face trigger just allows you to get shots off very fast, and that reset is quick as well. I mean, overall, I've been extremely impressed with the Echelon. To me, it has a lot of the same lines of the Hellcat series, and so it's nice to see the upgrades. The XDM's been great for a long time, but it was due for an overhaul, and I think Echelon has gone above and beyond. So the Springfield Armory Echelon, to me, one of the best striker fire polymer frame pistols that was introduced in 2023. Mechanic Mete. I'll tell you guys, I have anticipated this handgun for a number of years. Canic, when they hit the market, I mean, immediately. They became very popular. These are out of Turkey. They are imported by Century Arms, and they are just excellent handguns. And they come in at a budget price. But the quality will match anything out on the market. One of the things about the Mete is that it is a very thin, small handgun. We have 12+1. You can get a 15+1 magazine. And then, of course, the chamber's empty. Black nitride finish, front and rear cocking serrations. We do have an accessory rail. And so for the Micro 9s, sometimes they omit that. And so this just gives you an option to put a lighter laser on it. Dovetailed front sight, blacked out rear sight, gives you a nice sight picture. Nice texturing that comes around, all around the grip. And it just makes it a very nice shooting handgun. We have ambidextrous controls on the slide stop, and the magazine release is switchable to the other side. Now we do have a finger pad at the bottom. You can get the extension with the 15 rounder, or you can have a flat base plate if you want something even more concealable. But at the range, recoil is mild. It gives you a very solid feel on the handgun while you're firing it. And a lot of times with these small Micro 9s, they can be pretty snappy. But I found that the Mete shoots extremely well. Again, guys, this just makes a great concealed carry option. It's in 9mm, it's got a great round capacity, and with Canik, they've really built a reputation for being very reliable. And the great thing is about the Mete is that it comes in at a great price. And so this makes it more affordable, and yet you're not losing out on quality. All right, the AF1. And this is from Arsenal, Italy. This is the Strike One. This is an Italian-made handgun that is incredibly fast shooting and a super low bore axis, one of the lowest bore axes on the market. Based very similar to the Archon B, which is imported by Arsenal USA. Those are made in Germany. This is one of the guns that actually was tested by the Russian military. Now this has what they call the speed lock recoiling system, which is the Bergman recoil system. And it makes the barrel and the slide fit really low into the frame. It actually keeps the barrel at that level position. And guys, I'm telling you, I've never shot a gun that was so fast to shoot. And then with that low bore axis, the recoil is super mild. Nice texturing all around the grip. And it's a lot different, but it definitely is very effective. And then, of course, just that high ride on the pistol itself allows you to get those both thumbs forward and makes it really easy to maintain your recoil. Also, we see this little cut down here in the slide, which is unique for this style pistol. And we have cuts all around. I mean, this is an extremely well-made handgun, very innovative design, super low to shoot. I mean, the recoil on this is just so easy to control. And again, it is so fast to shoot, and that's probably one of the biggest things. It has a very nice flat face trigger. This very crisp, and man, it allows for great accuracy. And this is one of the most unique designs that I've reviewed in 2023. This design was introduced originally a couple of years ago, and then it was reintroduced last year. And I'll tell you what, the AF1 Arsenal Strike One, this is an incredible, innovative pistol that you'll love to take to the range. The Bull Armory SAS2 TAC 4.5. This is a 2011 style pistol with the polymer grip shell, 1911 top half. And guys, these have become very popular. It gives you that 1911 feel to it, and it gives you that really high ride, and yet you've got 17+1 in the magazine. And this gives you a lot of capability. Of course, we can check chambers empty, but man, this thing glides like just butter. I mean, it is smooth as glass. And I'll tell you, Bull Armory has really impressed me over the past few years. And their small little 3.5 ultralight is phenomenal. But this was introduced this past year. They have a number of different models that they have, and the quality is over the top. These are made in Israel. Really nice high ride beaver tail, commander hammer. It allows you to get really high up toward the gun. Of course, it is optics ready. And being single action, the trigger on the 1911 are some of the best. But I'm telling you, this is a fantastic trigger. The texturing all on the grip shell, very well done. And of course, you have your mainspring housing that's also checkered, and the front strap. Magazine well at the bottom. This allows you to be able to get to those magazines and insert them really quickly. And then we have these little notches to bring it out. Bull Armory is one of the most underrated handgun companies in the world. This is just one of those firearms. The quality, the black nitride finish, everything about the Bull is exceptional. And really, for the price, I would match these with a Staccato. Taking it out to the range, it's just extremely soft to shoot. The texturing on the grip gives you a really good hold. The high ride beaver tail just nestles in your hand. It still has that 1911 feel to it and the grip angle, and so it's very pointable. And of course, being optics ready, that gives you a lot of advantages on its own, but you still have that 1/3 co-witness if you need it. Honestly, Bull Armory has created such a big reputation here in the U.S. And guys, it's great to see really high quality 2011 pistols that match even guns that are twice the price, but yet have the same quality. The Beretta M9A4. This is the pinnacle for the M9 series or the Beretta 92 series. Now, they introduced their M9A3 a couple of years ago, but there are some upgrades to this pistol other than it is optics ready, and that's the big one. You order your plate from Beretta and you can mount your optic right here, and so it just gives you an option for red dot. But it also has tritium night sights, and these are actually an improvement over the original M9A3 night sights. Now, another big advantage, we have a 17+1 magazine. Check to make sure the gun's unloaded. It's so slick. I mean, that's one of the things about the Beretta 92 series, is with that open slide design, which makes it more reliable. It's very smooth when you're shooting it. But now we'll see the hammer in the rear position. If you bring down your safety, it has one of the G-type safeties. And so when we bring it down, it pops back up. And that is one thing that has always given me trouble with your standard Beretta 92, is that when you bring down the decocker, it stays in that position, and then you have to release it. This does it automatically, and it is ambidextrous. We have the Vertex style grip, which makes it a very straight line, more like your 1911. And it has a good solid feel to it. 3-slot Picatinny rail, and we have a front flat on the trigger guard, and then it ovals out for gloved hands. All the controls of your Beretta 92, and very familiar. Also, we have a threaded barrel, so you can add suppressors. And it does have an aluminum alloy frame, which lightens the weight. One of the things about the Beretta, guys, when you take this out to the range, it is such a smooth shooting handgun. And it's one of the reasons why it was adopted into the U.S. military. It's very reliable because of the open slide design. It just gives it better reliability. And with that Vertex style grip, it makes it more natural to point. I love the Beretta 92 series and the Beretta M9, but this to me is the pinnacle. And guys, it just shoots like a dream. And again, you have that red dot option, or you can put on a suppressor with that threaded barrel. And so this to me is one of those go-to-war guns, and it is Beretta quality. Next we have the Girsan 2023, and this is a 2011 design pistol put out by Girsan, which makes good quality handguns. And this gun comes in at under $1,000, and that is huge for the 2011 pistols. It does have a 17+1 magazine. It uses Checkmate mags, which are some of the top quality mags. And then, of course, the gun's unloaded. 1911 with the 2011 type grip shell, and it just gives it a lot of texturing. This is polymer, and then it has aluminum, and then we have the steel. So it's a very pointable handgun. Again, just like the Bull Armory that we showed, but this comes in at a considerably less price. We have a nice mag well here to facilitate mag changes, and with the 1911 single action trigger pull. And it has that skeletonized trigger. All the controls are 1911, so it makes it really easy. Very nice high ride beaver tail. Commander hammer. We have an accessory rail at the bottom, front and rear cocking serrations. You can buy this with the optic already mounted, or you can get it with just the plates. But honestly, Girsan has really surprised me with their firearms. They make really high quality guns. This is actually imported by EAA Corporation, and these are made in Turkey. But we're finding that the Turkish firearms are really high quality, and yet they're coming in at a very reasonable price. Again, it has that same 1911 feel to it, so when you're shooting it, it's got that excellent balance, and yet it has a really high round capacity. And guys, for under $1,000, this makes a great option. The 2011 series has become more and more popular, and this just gives us an option that won't break the bank. Now, last but not least is the Glock Model 47. Now, the thing about the Glock, and the reason why this came in at the end, is because it's that Glock design. There have been some improvements, and this is, of course, in the Gen 5 series. But the one thing about the 47 is it has a trimmed down frame at the front. So you can put a 19 size or a compact size slide on this, or you can go with the full size and full length. So this gives you the option to have both the compact size, full size slide. But it does have the 17+1 magazine capacity. A lot like your Model 45 or your G19X. And you can go with both options. We have front and rear cocking serrations, of course night sights, and it is optics ready. And all that in itself is not really what brought this to the top 10 handguns. I wanted to bring this in because of the trigger. And this has the new Glock enhanced trigger. And this is a big game changer. It's a very reasonable trigger. It's OEM, and yet it has a really nice trigger pull. I mean, it's such an improvement over the original Glock. That between the Model 47 being just very unique, where you can adapt this, the trigger itself is one of the big pluses for 2023. But overall, the Model 47 to me, if I was going to own one Glock, this would be it. And taking it out and shooting it at the range, it's a Glock. But that trigger pull really makes a huge difference. Now, if you're going to get the standard 47, it's not going to have the enhanced trigger. But again, just wanted to show it. I mean, a Glock's a Glock, and they're very reliable, they're very simple, and they have proven themselves over time. Even though these changes are incremental, they're really big if you're a Glock guy. So I really wanted to bring the Model 47 and the enhanced trigger into the list. So guys, a lot of cool guns, a lot of innovation, some new calibers that have been revitalized. But what is your favorite gun of 2023? If it wasn't on the list, put it down below in the description, or if it was on the list, just let us know what you think. And again, we're really looking forward to 2024. We really appreciate all the different companies that over the past year have sent guns for different reasons, but we really want to give a big special thank you to Guns on Deals. Nate sends me whatever I request, and it really helps us to bring a lot of different guns to you guys. And we want to give a big thank you to Fiocchi Ammunition, because they do supply our ammunition. And guys, we've done a lot of shooting, and it is just excellent, high quality ammunition made right here in the USA. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Is a 1911 style, and I got my safety on. Iconic pistol. For self-defense, very, handy and lightweight and freaking crazy. Tritium sights at the back, and these are at the back. Of course, they're at the back and the front. You freaking doofus. I think one of the things about, I think really brought life back into those old cheesy calibers that nobody likes. I like them.